Welcome to Any Hoop Podcast with any host, your boy JC
and 4-5. What's good, y'all?
And we back and we talking playoff basketball. So we back and we not talking play-in, we talking playoffs now. We finally here, you feel me? And it's been a wild one. I'm not gonna say a lot of this was expected. And that leads us to our first segment. The Kings and the Warriors. Okay? I don't know about y'all, but y'all been hearing me on this pod. I was definitely concerned about the defense because I've been telling y'all about Clay knees and how he can't really play defense like that no more. Excuse me. But all in all, you feel me? I did think they was going to snap out of it in the playoffs, especially with the trouble they've been having on the road, but it ain't happening. They did not win one on the road. And they've been going through it, you feel me? And not just that, Draymond been going through it on the court with he got into an altercation with Sabonis, which led to his suspension. That the news just came out today, so or last night maybe. And so that's a little unfortunate, and it's looking dark for the Warriors. Do you think Draymond should have been suspended?
No, I don't.
I also agree.
I think it was just too much on both sides going on. You get like other angles. It's a chance that Sabonis is also doing something to Clay. You get another angle. It looks like Sabonis is covering his face. But at the end of the day, he does have his ankle. I think he expected Draymond to act like that. Like I said this off camera, but I told you that I felt like Sabonis was just trying to get into Draymond's head because, Draymond do the same thing.
Definitely.
He know if he take it here, Draymond going to take it to the next step. I think just as a back and forth altercation, I think it was pretty even, honestly. Both felt like they was wrong. Both retaliated in a way. Not to mention we had a similar altercation happen in Game 1 when Sabonis had took him down.
I just don't. So, I mean, I get Sabonis trying to get in his head, but he don't like. If you take that out of it, right? If you just a person who not looking at it that deep, because there's a lot of people who might not be thinking about it that deep, like, oh, he trying to get in his head. You can't possibly justify what this man Sabonis really doing, bro. You just like, it looked weird. It's just like, what are you doing? Like, why are you grabbing him like that in Game 1? Like, why are you grabbing him like that?
And then he did it it's because he did it by accident, and then like his arms had went up. But
I ain't trying.
I ain't gonna lie too. I peeped Draymond. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I did peep. You were kind of like you had little. I would love to see you, so I don't want no smoke. But you kind of like you had jumped up and then you came down a little bit. So it looked like y'all both had like a plan to action, and that's why I think that nobody should have been suspended. I think they both should have been subbed out too, because like
ejected.
Yeah, ejected. Excuse me, ejected because that could have been both these games was close, the Warriors and Kings games. Yep. So like that Draymond could have been what helped the Warriors,
pull through.
Be 1-1, but we don't know that because 7 minutes left in the game and Draymond is out. So
you gotta be smarter than that too, Draymond. You could have fell something. Don't get baited like that, bro. That's all. Just don't get baited like that. They treat you different. The rest.
Yeah, because you've been.
So, and also too, maybe he just wanted to get this ejection out of the way with. Maybe he just wanted to get
before he got to the finals.
Yeah, real rap.
Yeah, let's smoke with
it. Right. But they looking bad defense wise. They're just not here with it on the defense wise.
Yeah.
And
it's obvious A. Wiggins is a little bit rusty too.
I was just about to say that the bench isn't the same bench that they've been having on these championship runs. They don't play the same type of defense they have been on these championship runs. It's a new cast, a new supporting cast for the big three, Clay, Steph, and Draymond. So it looks different. This is why it looks different, because these are younger players. These aren't players that had playoff experience like that before. They run last year and got pulled through, with the big guys, and now the big guys need some more help. I mean, it's the end of a dynasty. Like, that's what we're really saying. That's what we're seeing. So we had to talk about that, and then last night, right? Last night, we're going to talk about the games that happened last night. So 3 games happened last night. Hawks, Celtics. Let's just start there. Massacre. Massacre. Yeah, man, like we said, man, if you seen the last episode, man, we ain't had too much expectations for the Hawks here. You know, we said a lot of things had to go right for them to win, and that's true because things ain't been perfect for the Hawks. And if you're not perfect, you ain't gonna win. That just is what it is.
Yeah, I mean they was the eighth seed. They got the 7th seed from beating Heat.
Right.
So they're not supposed to be here. They're supposed to be getting smoked by Giannis and the Bucks right now.
Right. So maybe Giannis wouldn't be hurt. Because they softer than the Heat.
Yeah.
No offense. It's just, the Heat just a little rough.
No, Kevin Love take a charge.
Yeah, bro. Right. A lot. Listen.
Yeah, but Giannis definitely praying for your health though.
Yeah, he's questionable for the next game. So
definitely think he's gonna pull through. But like I said, it's gonna be a clean sweep. They're just gonna get him up out of here. I mean, I built up the Hawks. I said, I got them over the Heat. Early in the season, they ended up beating the Heat. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't think it was gonna happen. I thought Jimmy was gonna snap, but that brother Trae Young figured it out.
He did. Yeah, listen, this is what we thought the ceiling. This is what I thought the ceiling was.
Yeah, but it all depends on the matchups in the first round. So if let's say that Kyrie and KD played the whole season with the Nets, and they ended up being first seed, and then they got traded, or maybe if they was first seed, they probably wouldn't have got traded. But let's say second seed with a little bit. Maybe not as good as playoff hopes, or maybe third seed or something like that, and traded for Mikal Bridges, stayed in that third seed area, then maybe the Hawks would be facing, in a sense, they could have faced the Nets, and that probably would have been a pretty good matchup. But because they had to go against the Celtics, Bucks, or Sixers, it would have been an issue, and we're experiencing that. They about to get swept.
It's an issue.
Yeah, get your brums out.
Yeah, man.
Tim got them all.
It's not even like y'all not even doing well. Y'all doing what y'all supposed to do, for real. Everybody.
I mean, they've been trying to trade John.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, man, I thought I had to sneeze.
No, you're cool. I don't think the team really so as far as getting another guard, they upgraded, but for the past, bless you.
Thank you.
But for the past 2-3 years, they've pretty much been the same team other than the backcourt. Clint Capella, John Collins. They let go of Kevin Huerter, and it shows in a better system where more plays is ran. Kevin Huerter is more of an 18-point per game scorer rather than a 12, 11-point per game scorer. So
I thought Saquon Bay would be better than this, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Sadiq Bey?
Yeah, Sadiq. I'm sorry.
They just hired Quinn Snyder from the Jazz.
Okay.
Yeah, so he just got on the team, but Sadiq Bey came from the Pistons, and Pistons don't be having a lot of movement going on or winning. So I'm not gonna be mad at that. I'm gonna just give them some time, but I just don't think they a full team yet. I think they either gotta make some upgrades rather in free agency or do some trades.
Blow it up. Yeah, because
excuse me.
Al Horford only had 8 points, and they still snapping. Wait till Al Horford get 12. It's gonna be a
build around Sadiq Bey.
Build around Sadiq Bey. And then we had the Cavs and the Knicks. What a game. Okay, let's talk about it. Because I'm glad the Cavs came back in action. I'm glad to see they wasn't going to let the bright lights of the playoffs get to them. Because that's what it looked like in the last game. In game one, it looked like y'all was scared. It looked like y'all was shook. You know, New York came. They was all
been here
tough.
since Brian.
Right, exactly. New York came. They was all tough. You feel me? They was pushing y'all around a little bit. That was not happening last night. Last night, I seen Jared Allen and Mobley really step up in the paint and really demand some respect down there because they were walling up. They was D'ing up. You feel me? I seen Randall try to bully his way in there. And it's not like they not moving these guys because Randall, he's strong. But they wasn't letting them get the bucket at the end of the day. They was still there. They was still around. Double teams, stagger double teams. I just love the defense. It was real tough defense. They was matching the physicality. And Darius Garland, I'm going to shout him out because, he really, 32. He really snapped. See, I didn't even know he ended up with 32. But yeah, I seen it. He was snapping. He was really snapping. And he was doing a good job of his acting out there. I'm gonna just point it out because a lot of them calls, he was acting into them Jones. I'm gonna just point it out. I can't lie. He know it too because he got to work on his poker face because he was acting into some of them calls. You could see it in his face. He was smirking. And then you gonna go over to the bench, bro, and then talk to all the homies, and y'all all giggling and smirking over there. I forgot what this was. This was like a flagrant or something. Like somebody was going through a pick and caught him with like a little elbow, a little clip of the elbow. But he then went down, and he was all like this. And then as soon as he came up, he had a little smirk on his face after they called it. Like somebody came over, was like, "Damn, bro, you cool?" And he was like, "No, bro, like I'm just acting for the camera type job. Like you gotta be more down low, bro."
You didn't like they on the blacktop.
Yeah,
nobody can see
bro, like we seen
like,
you, bro. Like I'm
don't you know we can see you?
You on national television, 4K. So you got to work on your poker face.
Exactly.
But it was still working. Yeah, you got the rest. So I know New York,
but I also want to shout out Karis LeVert because he definitely came to play. He was supposed to be when the Nets had just Kyrie and Kevin Durant before they grabbed James Harden. He was supposed to be like that 6-man off the bench, Manu Ginobili kind of dude. He definitely showed it. I seen some key buckets from him, and then
he had 24.
Even some hustle. So
yeah, and it was a little rough when you first came in there, but he got it together.
Listen,
definitely got it together.
I just need y'all to go out there
and hoop,
put the ball in the hoop,
in the guard.
Play basketball.
You know they're gonna be hype in the guard, and bro, it's 1-1. They stole one, so y'all got.
And Jared Allen, man, be careful what you're doing to people. I seen that flagrant on Julius Randle. I know it's the playoffs, you hustling, but
I want to mention on the Knicks side, Josh Hart was terrible last night. Y'all had him in for a long time.
Yeah, he came from that sprained ankle too. Was it?
I think so. Something like that. Yeah. He definitely did have an injury, but he played terrible, and he was really messing y'all up. And Quentin Grimes, like I don't know what was going. It was a lot going on out there. Y'all wasn't really doing y'all thing out there.
Also, I want to say I think as far as like the Knicks go, so Julius Randle, I don't think he's the best playoff performer, but like RJ Barrett, for me, I don't really see like much like progression. And like as far as like his game, as far as like getting to a bucket, yeah, but as far as like in the big moments for like knowing what to do.
We gotta get Jared back for the pod. He gonna tell us all about RJ Barrett. You know he hate RJ Barrett low key.
He don't like RJ Barrett?
Not really.
Dang.
He's a Knicks fan, bro. They like go back and forth with RJ Barrett. You feel me? I can see why.
Because it's whether the shot fall or not when it come down to it.
Right. So I mean, I don't think it's over. Definitely don't think it's over.
I'm still saying Cavs in 6.
I just see. I'm just glad to see the Cavs looking like they supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Last game they did not look like they were supposed to.
Yeah, and D. Mitch didn't really play like his
normal self.
So.
But that was because he seen that Garland had it going on.
Yeah.
Karis LeVert came and stepped up where he had to.
So if Mitchell get 40, they winning.
Yup, exactly. And then the last game that happened was the Clippers and Suns.
Woo!
And everything looks back to normal. And you know what's funny? You know what I thought about with this game? Right, last game, Russell Westbrook scores 9 points, right? But they win.
Mm-hmm.
This game, he scores 28 points, and they lose. And it just goes to show you that whenever he's like a main focus or a main part of the offense, they don't win.
Well, I mean, you can't even say that because he went 3 for 19.
What, last game or this game?
Last game. Yeah. So he was still the main focus. Like it's more like
whatever he do good, bro. The team does not.
I think it's just for the teams that he's been on. It's just more like you can't really call it if it's like too positive or too negative. He's like no, he's definitely but if it's he went 3 for 19 and then have he won him the game, and he's definitely I think if they don't have Russ in the situation, which is like the important part about grabbing Russ, and that's why the Lakers grab Russ. If they didn't have Russ in the situation, they wouldn't. They'd be down 2-0 right now,
right.
And it's going to be a clean sweep because Paul George is out, and that's what he's for. But
I mean, yeah. I mean, I knew
it's just that you really can't call it with a Russ stat line as far as where the team would be. That's what I would say.
I don't know, man. Every time he do good, bro, that team do not do good. And that's why when he had that great MVP season, they was 6.
Yeah, they was 6 seed.
I don't know. That's just I always noticed that whenever he be doing great.
But he is older though. He only till end of his career.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. That team he had in OKC was horrible. That he wasn't getting the Sabonis that's playing now. He wasn't getting the Victor Oladipo that was playing in the Pacers. Excuse me. There was a lot of guys on there who got better.
Victor Oladipo now.
Yeah.
Oh man, and KD and them boys came to play. I was just saying,
Booker was it 38?
Normal. Yeah, he almost had 40. It was like normal. Like I said, it looked normal. You feel me? Like last game didn't look normal. I was just like, what's going on?
Chris Paul had a couple of key buckets at the end of that game too.
Chris Paul came to play.
Yeah, he definitely came to play. So
he definitely came to play. He must have.
We
heard
know you.
saying
We know you watching the pod.
Yeah, right. I know. You know you heard us say you was old. You
you.
finished. You done. You feel me? But you still got KD on your team, so you don't get no credit for me. I ain't gonna lie. You're done. I don't got no faith in you. You feel me? Now who we got? Who play tomorrow? I mean tonight.
So tonight. So our 7:30 game, we got the Lakers and Grizzlies.
Okay.
That's the first game.
All right. So shout out to the Lakers for winning the first joint. Right? Yeah, this is good too. So shout out to the Lakers for winning the first joint. Okay. AD scared me, but he came to play. You feel me? He was better than
Stephen A.
LeBron.
Smith was snapping on him.
Hey, listen, I felt him. That's like one of the only times I ever felt Stephen A.
AD don't come back. The Lakers fans are going to be done with him.
And I was like, I
won't be mad.
I was like, bro, if he get hurt again, bro, I'm not trying to hear nothing about AD ever again, bro. Like, I really was about to be done with him, but he came back and he did even better than him.
Yeah, we was actually watching that game.
Yeah.
I was upset. I ain't gonna lie, because I was
both upset
because I remember the Lakers went up 2-1 against the Suns, and then game 3, LeBron did the little fade on Jay Crowder, and Andre Drummond was like, they was hitting the moves and he was hitting the salsa joint. I'm like, oh yeah, we gonna win this. And then AD hit like did a reverse layup. Didn't have to do it. I think it was up 4 at the time, but didn't have to do it. But it was a nice move. Ended up getting hurt, and it was like similar with this injury. Jaren Jackson pretty much he was basically around the ball, but he was either going to go out of bounds or get possession. I think the Lakers was up at this point. It might have been down, but it was still within like 5 points.
Yeah, it was a close game, but
he tried to go behind Jaren Jackson. His shoulder was already hit just like before going up for the board, but then he like went around his shoulder or like his body and then hit it, and now his arm can't move. So that was just like, your arm can't move. Like,
and then he left into the locker room and they were still playing on the court.
And like I just watched Winning Time about like 2 months ago, and all I could think about was like it was an episode where Kareem got the injury during the finals. Yeah. And he still played through that joint, and I'm like, damn, they making him play through this. Does that mean he not playing like the last game of the series or something like that, or like the next games of the series? But that's all I could think. But he came through. We need you to come through again.
I'm telling you, AD has to be better than LeBron. He was last game. He has to do it this game.
The biggest story of this series, though, that's like really driving like which way or how long it would go, just period, is the health of Ja Morant. So far, they've seen him like in practice with ice, and we know it's like a pain tolerance issue. So we know a lot of Ja Morant's game is just getting to the bucket. How much of that is it going to be? How much of it is it going to be layups? And is he going to play tonight? What would you do if you're in a Grizzlies situation, down the game? You know your team can compete without Ja Morant. Not the most ideal for the playoffs. The playoffs, you want the best player. But what's your next move?
I'm sitting him. I was sitting him because we can come back from a 2-0 deficit with Ja, but we can't afford Ja to be out for the whole series. So if Ja needs a game off to come back next game better than, what, like, let's say this game he gonna come in there, let's say 60%, because I can see something like that, like 60%. If we could sit him off to 60%, and next game he'd be like 85%, 75 to 85%.
I'll sit him off to 75.
Yeah, but like he might not be past 75.
No, I don't think he is. But I was saying I would sit him off to 75.
So like maybe getting closer to do what y'all can, because I mean y'all are a solid team without Ja. They know how to win without Ja.
Yeah.
It's not too much playoffs without Ja, but y'all know how to win without Ja.
And you are at home, so if you do pull this win out, you are 1-1 and you survive it. You know you're going to game 5.
And you need Ja on the road. You need Ja on the road. Those guys don't play the same.
So even if you don't get them for game 3, maybe you get them for game 4.
Role players play
get
better
it at 2-2.
Just remember that. If y'all don't remember anything else, remember this. Role players play better at home. When they're on the road, they do not play the same way.
Austin Reeves was at home the last game.
Yeah, Austin Reeves was at home. And then you gotta put that into account too. Austin Reeves was at home. He's from that area. Yeah, so he from that area, so he felt at home. So like, it's certain stuff like that matters for role players. So when you're talking about a team without their star, Ja Morant, it's better to take that risk at home than to go on the road and play without Ja Morant, because you know your role players aren't going to play
Especially
as well.
now that we see with the Warriors, the best thing about I know we already talked about it. The best thing about them going back home without Draymond is that they're going back home. So like home was what we seen generally so far in the season as a guaranteed win
for the Warriors.
So now that they're without Draymond, at least they could, if they're without somebody, you know, at home would be the best
time to be without somebody, right? Yeah. Exactly. So that's what you gotta take into account with the role players, with the Grizz. So like if they start playing without Ja, you gotta just take into account when they go on the road, it's gonna be a little harder for them because they're not home, they're not getting the same encouragement. You know, all this they're gonna be in at home for the family.
Another team in the East with a star that's playing at home tonight, and that's the Milwaukee Bucks.
You feel me?
So right now he's questionable. I don't know if y'all seen the footage. Giannis fell on his tailbone. It was really bad. I thought I've seen him come through some crazy things. He looks invincible out there. I think he's the best player in the world. So I was like, oh, he coming back, and unfortunately he didn't for the game. But I get it. Rest your star. So far he's questionable. When he came back, he couldn't move his tailbone. I don't know what it's like for Giannis. For Ja, for what we know, for Giannis, we haven't really figured out too much. Ja, we're getting like a lot of information on that.
So Giannis is doubtful.
But yeah,
for this game doesn't mean he's entirely ruled out, but he's doubtful. And in a situation like this, just like we was talking about with Ja, they might rest Giannis because they probably feel like they can beat the Heat without Giannis.
Especially if they knew coming into the game that they wouldn't have Giannis,
right?
And I was game planning around that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that it's different losing your star in the middle. No, for real though, that's a good point because. It's different losing your star in the middle of the game opposed to going in there like, all right, we're not relying on Giannis at all. Just all on us. And knowing that from the beginning of the game, from quarter one, opposed to losing your star in the middle of the joint. Now you're like, oh, man, we got to change the game plan. Some people can't adjust like that. You feel me? Going in, especially when you're talking about role players, it's better for them to have a clear role at the beginning of the game so they can play that role throughout the game. You feel me? So that's what you got to take into account.
And with Tyler Hero being out and the Heat offense now being stagnant, he broke his hand. So, I always felt like they were stagnant, but like Tyler Hero's giving him 20 plus off the, he's actually in a starting lineup now, but he's giving him 20 plus, 25 points a game. So
we're gonna see. I mean, that usually just means it's gonna be probably a big night for Jimmy. That's all.
But with Jimmy, it depends on his shooting, and he was shooting really good from the mid range. And like I said off camera, the Heat. They were hitting a lot of their shots last game. They were 60% from the 3-point line. They actually shot better from the 3-point line than the field goal. So like that never happens for any team. So
for sure.
Especially not the Heat, who haven't really been shooting good all season. I think the Bucks, as what they're coming in with right now, as if Giannis isn't playing, and then against the Heat with Hero definitely not playing, I got the Bucks winning this game. So
yeah.
I definitely say rest Giannis, rest that star, especially if the injury is still there.
Yeah, this is a chance, just like you said, because Tyler Hero is hurt. They have been having trouble all season scoring. Like that's pretty much their thing, like just shooting. And now you're down a shooter, so you know it's gonna be trouble.
And they still got Milwaukee favored by like
a lot. I think they like
9 points, 8.5.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I mean, you could rush Giannis. You're gonna need him, so you can rush Giannis. And then the last game, we got the Timberwolves and the Nuggets. I told y'all we wasn't going to talk about Timberwolves last episode. I told y'all we was going to talk about them this episode. So we're going to have to talk about them this episode. And it's just a disappointment every time you see Rudy Gobert in the playoffs. Because every time we play playoff basketball, for some reason, this man is ineffective.
Listen, man.
Right or wrong?
The NBA had their ear to the streets. And they got the votes for most overrated player. Trae Young ended up winning that. Y'all crazy. Y'all just say it to his face. They probably do say it to his face. I don't be on the court. Right, but y'all crazy for putting Trae Young out there like that. But a couple of quotes got released. And so, real rap. And then like they put like the quotes.
Oh no.
Yeah, along with the vote. And they like, yo. He like 7'3". And he just Rudy Gobert. And he just blocks like.
Bro, the NBA ain't shit. They try to ruin friendships.
I mean, listen, Anthony Edwards did say Rudy was soft. I knew it was a problem before.
Bro, and one thing about the Timberwolves, bro, they don't hold their tongue. I don't know what it is about the atmosphere over there.
D'Lo wasn't feeling Rudy Gobert. I'm gonna tell y'all right now.
A lot of people wasn't feeling Rudy Gobert, bro.
That's why he allowed the Lakers. He like, oh, this is my city.
Look at D. Mitch.
It's not cool.
Look at D. Mitch now and look at D. Mitch then. He passes the ball to his big man on the Cavs. He did not pass the ball to Rudy.
They're a lot better too, though.
You feel me? There are a lot of things that.
But I think it's gonna be a clean sweep. Everybody on the Nuggets can shoot. Jokic can the fact that your big man can run the point and everyone else on the floor can shoot is just amazing. I think that's a difference between that one advantage the Nuggets have in between a team like the Sixers where like they both have an MVP caliber player, but the Nuggets just got more all around shooting. Mm-hmm. So regardless of the kind of pass that's made, at the end of the day, Jokic is just gonna like pass it to more people going to make the bucket. Mm-hmm. So especially like people who are better at spot shooters, a lot of people on the Sixers they're better like dribbling and hitting up and getting a shot. Michael Porter Jr. He's not passing the ball. He's shooting that thing, and I don't think if Michael Porter Jr. get on Rudy Gobert a couple times, if that just keeps happening, it's gonna be dunsies.
Bro, the step back.
Free Anthony Edwards.
Free Anthony Edwards.
Come to Philly, man.
Come to Philly, bro. You was here.
We got some assets.
You was here during the movie. I know you was here during.
Yeah, I know you liked it. I know you like cheesesteaks, man. You look like a thorough bull.
You look like a thorough bull.
Yeah,
you feel
come
me?
through.
You definitely like a thorough bull. You, Maxey, Harden trying to go back to Houston.
No, look, Harden could be here. We're gonna get you a point guard.
If you want to be here, because
if
you don't want to be here.
Yeah, we got Harden. We got the assets. Harden can stay and be.
You feel me? We probably don't got no strip clubs for him. He gotta go to Jersey.
Harden came here for the strip clubs. We good. And Jersey right around it. What is he gonna go to a team in Jersey?
No, I'm saying he got.
He's just going here to the bridge. It's not too far. It's just like
far.
It's closer than some places in Philly.
Exactly. You feel me?
We got you on the toe, y'all. Don't worry about it.
And that pretty much wraps it up. We talked about all the teams. Any picks you want to change? Not change, but like you picked your picks. But anything you thinking like is in danger? Any picks you think is in danger?
I definitely did say Warriors Bucks. I went my gut with that. I'm not going to change that into the Warriors is out the finals. I mean, it's out the contention, out the playoffs. But right now, with Draymond being our next game, the offense of the Kings, the fact that the Warriors got nothing to do with, can't do nothing with Sabonis. Andrew Wiggins, the Warriors X Factor, that X Factor that used to be Iggy, that used to be Draymond.
That's you.
They don't got that because he's a little rusty. But maybe this game is where he turns it around. We don't know yet. So.
They at home, so that's what you mean.
That game will be tomorrow. But
definitely at home. So.
Yeah, I believe the Kings are gonna do it. But as a Braun fan, that'd be great. But for my pick, that pick is in danger. As far as the Bucks, it's all about Giannis' health, so I'm fine. I think the Bucks win this series in 6 or 7 if Giannis isn't playing. So
that was my preseason pick, Bucks and Warriors, and it's crazy because these two teams are in danger.
Yeah.
And no, I think everything that I thought was going to happen is still. I thought the Warriors was going to be in 5, though. I thought the Warriors were going to win that in 5, so obviously that's not going to happen.
Damn, I don't remember what I said. I hope I said 6 or 7.
I think you said 6. I think you said 6. But I definitely think I said 5.
But I ain't going to lie. We was definitely crazy for thinking they was going to flip the switch.
Flip the switch just like that.
On the road. But the game was very close, though. I'm not even mad at it because that
I'm a little mad at it myself.
The first game was by last shot from Steph.
Yeah, that's true.
And then the second game, Draymond didn't play the last 7 minutes of the game. So
now he's not gonna play for the next game. So
exactly.
Who knew this was all gonna happen? Just
but
like
regardless,
I didn't know Kyrie
I'm 10 toes.
and Luka wasn't gonna play together.
Where's Bucks?
You feel me? I know that clip went viral. I'm still standing on that. I didn't know Kyrie and Luka wasn't gonna play together. Gosh, that's a lot. But thanks for kicking it with us. You feel me? We're gonna be back, weekly talking about these playoffs. You know what I mean? And stay tuned. Be more aware of the audio part of this because if we can't get an actual video done every day, we definitely can get the audio done and upload it faster. So be on the lookout. I might be dropping some more pods, some more audio versions of the pod on all platforms.
So and shout out everybody showing us love.
You feel me? Thank you.
My man Jared. Machiavelli Shells.
Machiavelli Shells.
Big Reem, we gotta get you back on too.
4. He said Lakers in 4, y'all.
And you got anybody? My man Isaiah too. We ain't gonna forget about you. We know you're looking right now. Feel me? I hope I'm in there with the comments. I don't really be getting up there early, but it's gonna be up.
We around. You feel me? But thanks for watching and I mean, enjoy your playoff basketball.